your host, but we have the Leafs preview right now. We got Din.
Whether there's 3 lads or 2 lads, it really doesn't matter. The lads are here, and they're ready to tell you about this season. So get ready.
We got a game tomorrow, so we might as well hop into who's going to be playing in it. Who made the
Guess
team?
who's playing? First off, John Tavares is playing. Johnny T.
I thought he was going to be out longer.
Yeah, so he had a 3-week oblique injury, and then I think it's been like 2.25 weeks. I literally just called my brother. He's like, yeah, John's playing. I was like, yeah, I don't think that makes sense. But yeah, so why is he playing? We can lead this into the Robertson, Malgin aspect of it, right? So,
yeah, or should he play?
Yeah, so should John Tavares play? That's, I don't know. He also, if we remember, he was going to come back from that head injury in Montreal after like 48 hours. So the guy is either one song short of a set list or inhuman. So, yeah. But no, so John's going to be playing. He's going to be centering that second line, and Dennis Malgin made the team. That rhymed. So why did he make the team? Well, he had a stellar camp. You couldn't not play him. Dubas brought him over from Europe, where he was lighting it up there, probably making decent money. I don't think Dubas said, yeah, come on down. You're going to get cut in a week, right? Like, Dubas with his promises to players, right? Joe Thornton, which we will never speak about on this podcast ever again. Stay away from my children. Okay. So Dennis Malgin made the team. Robertson did it. Now, the whole Tavares of it all is Robertson makes like what, $900K? And Malgin, I think, makes $750. Yeah. Right. So that difference is the reason why we can have Malgin up and Robertson not. Now, the other thing that was probably going to happen was we were going to have to play with 11 forwards. Yeah. Tavares wouldn't have been on LTIR. It's not long enough. So with Tavares back, we can now play with 12 forwards, which does give you kind of reason to believe maybe they brought him back a bit early. So what I would pay attention to is Tavares' ice time tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I don't know for sure, but if you saw it in between 14 and 16 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised. Right. If he lost some power play time or just generally just some sheltered minutes, I wouldn't be too surprised by that. But that's why Robertson went down. Now, remember, too, because we haven't really had this ability that much because we just haven't had that many kind of tweener young guys, is you can send Robertson up and down as many times as you want.
Yeah, that's
right.
Nice.
So that's – and Malgin, if you sent him on waivers, he'd be picked up. He had one of the best preseasons in the league, right? We all saw some of his goals this weekend, too. So the guy looks competent.
Yeah. And then the first line is the exact same as always.
Yeah.
Third line is, well, what they think is Engvall, Kerfoot, and Yarncroc.
Now, we talk about not having scoring depth. That is the best you could have done with the rest of the lineup to create some sort of scoring depth without just inserting Robertson in there, which people say if he's not playing the top 9, don't bother playing him. On this team, it's kind of like if he's not playing in the top 6, don't bother playing him. Because does he fit on that line?
No.
And read the fourth line now.
And then the fourth line is supposed to be Aston Reese, Kampf, and Kubel.
He definitely doesn't fit there. Now those, I hate it, but those are all good lines, right?
I feel like the fourth line could have been the third line last year.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. And the thing is, those two identities don't leave a lot of room for scoring. They don't leave a lot of room for offensive talent, strictly offensive talent, right? Those only really leave room for 2A guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that just a shutdown? Yeah,
but that third line, you can tell that they're trying to make some sort of score, right? Like if that line could score 50 goals.
Right.
Yarncroc 15 or so, Engvall 15, 20, Kerfoot 15, right? That line could score 50 goals.
Yeah.
Right? That's something, right? And then, you get your 30 from line 4. And that's a goal a game on average between those two bottom lines, which is good. We talk about losing so much bottom tier scoring, which we talked about on the last podcast. But
yeah,
Vinny, do you remember how many games Andre Kasha played? Fully, like from second one to the last second.
Did he play? He played was it under 40? Like it was less. It was
probably start to finish 40 games.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and Mikheyev, how many games did he play?
Oh, fuck.
40 or
Right, he was injured
50,
for a while.
right? So combined, they were one player, right? Put their stats together, and that's the player you lost. Not these guys don't play 82 games, and not to be rude to Mikheyev, but isn't he out with like an ACL tear?
Oh, God. I
Right?
haven't
Like
seen anything
right?
on him.
So and then Andre Kasha, like we've seen that guy's mashed potato brain, right? Like not I don't want to sound rude here, which I definitely just did. But like
He didn't
I
get
could
the
not
name
he's
Kamikaze for nothing.
100% most fun player I've ever watched live is
Yeah.
Andre Kasha. Because every other second the controller just completely disconnects after going on speed burst on a breakaway. Right? Like you're just swearing at the TV, just throwing shit everywhere. Right, that time's now gone.
So the one name on the fourth line that you don't see is Wayne Simmons.
Are we gonna pour one out here or no?
I think it's called for, yeah.
We'll pour one out. I think this man, if he didn't play for the Leafs, would he have played for anyone else last year? Even if he would have?
No, I don't think so.
He's a Leaf right now.
It's like the Spezza. I will quit.
Spezza, we knew by the end that was kind of it. But
yeah,
at the beginning of the season, mid-season, we were like, okay, this kind of works.
Yeah.
He just, what did I see the tweet of? Someone tweeted on Twitter, as you can imagine, that he's too tough. Right? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, Ryan Reeves is too tough. Okay, Reeves will maybe no. I'll say Reeves is the same because these guys play 7 minutes, so it's not, and they don't skate well, so they're not good enough in that sense to actually create physical toughness on a play. Right? Throw people off, check someone, this and that. Maybe a big body slam here and there.
Yeah,
but no one's gonna come up to them. No one's gonna fuck with them at all. Wait, Schmitty, here, fun game show game. Would you fuck with Wayne Simmons?
No.
Okay, cool. So he's too tough, right? That it's almost useless, right? I've been the biggest proponent of this on saying that tough guys have to be good because they need to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Ryan Reeves is chasing me with like trying to fucking knock me over, I'm like, go, dude, you play 360 seconds of this game. Go back to the bench. You literally, I can hear your breathing from here and I'm 100 feet away from you, right?
Is he playing? Like, is he going to play for the Marlies, or do you think he's just done?
I think maybe, yeah, because like we said, always injuries happen. Like, I don't this year want to even have those discussions that are, oh, when we have the full lineup, what happens?
Oh,
because it's not going to really ever happen. And yes, you could argue that tomorrow we have the full forward group.
Yeah,
but we kind of don't.
Yeah, Tavares will definitely not be 100%.
I think we have $4 of cap room.
Yeah, I saw
I'm not kidding.
that.
I'm pretty sure $4, right? So Robertson couldn't have played. Should he have? I don't know. I think that's one of the. Someone's not going to work out. That's another thing too. Someone's not going to work out. There's a Nick Ritchie, right? You got it. Like Abe Kubel was on waivers a year ago, right? And I think he's going to be fine. I am, but he was on waivers a year ago.
Okay.
From Philly, and they're terrible. But they also have Chuck Fletcher as their GM, and he objectively is also terrible.
I don't know him too well, but we already mentioned Malgin. What do you think he's going to be like this year? And what Isaac wants to know is, does he make this, like if we make the playoffs, do you think he'll be on that playoff roster?
I think we'll know in 2 weeks. Does that make sense? I don't, because how long did Richie get? 10 weeks?
Yeah.
Right? He got too long, right? Because Malgin, if he's not producing offensively, then he's not playing.
Okay.
Right? Richie was supposed to have more to his game. Right? Which we saw him knock some people down a couple times, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't all points for him.
Yeah.
Right? But Malgin, and you're playing with Tavares and Nylander. So if you're not working, that means you're screwing up that whole line. And if that whole line doesn't work, because that line needs to produce 80 goals, right? That line itself needs to produce a goal a game, right?
Yeah.
And then the last line needs to produce about a goal and a half, right? If you want to put it, or we'll say another goal, probably.
Okay.
Right. So we need that. So we've all seen last year that Tavares and Nylander kind of weren't working, and I actually hate to say that because I love those two, but there was a lot of times it wasn't working. Right. They were on for a lot of goals against. Right. So I think in 14 days we'll know if Mulgeen's going to work or not. Now, to put it simply, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. It would be really nice. Obviously, they saw something in him, right? Dubas doesn't just make trades for the sake of it, right? I know Marchment was going to get claimed. Marchment's the guy who they traded Mulgeen for. Yeah. Sorry. But I don't think I think anyone would have taken Marchment, and I don't think he just asked for anyone random back. So believe in Dubas and hope this works out. Dude, if he can be a placeholder for a few weeks when we get some Robertson games in too, right? That's okay. The thing is, here's a question. Do you think he's going to be more useful, in whatever way you want to call that, than Kerfoot on that line?
Ooh.
I remember Kerfoot being on the second line means someone else needs to replace him on the third.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're talking about, right?
Kerfoot was productive, but I think like we talked about it last year. We're like, when do you remember him scoring? But then he had goals.
Yeah. No, he's fine. And guess what? On an average team with not 4 guys making 40 million, 3.5 for him is fine.
Yeah.
Right. The center, a third line center who can play second line wing and can penalty kill is worth, who's 27 years old, is worth $3.5 million.
That's fair.
Sorry. Right. Go look at the other guys who make $3.5 million. Kirby Dach just signed for like $3.5 million. I think it was 3.8. That guy hasn't done anything. Right now he could, and I understand the difference.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, this is what he's supposed to get paid. Yeah, we understand why we hate him, because he did one spinorama, and he's not that tall, which
Oh God.
Yeah, we won't get into that far though.
Well, I'm gonna rapid fire the defensive pairings now. It's just like last year. It's Morgan Riley with Brody, Muzzin Hall, Giordano with Sandin. What are your?
I'll ask you a question. Is Muzzin on this? Is Muzzin on LTIR within the next 3 months?
Oh man, everything's screaming yes, but I just want him to be healthy.
I know. Now, if he's not, and let's say he's 80% healthy, and all I mean by that is, let's say he doesn't miss more than 1 game ever at a time for the whole season. What are you getting out of Jake Muzzin? No, let's say he misses maybe 2 or 3 games, no more than a week.
That'd be super impressive.
No, so we'll just say make it easy. 60 games.
Because remember how bad he looked, and everyone's like, something's wrong, and then he just never got better.
Yeah, and then remember there's a point where it was like, oh, what was it? I think it was with him, and he was like, oh yeah, Muzzin's taking a week off for prior stuff. And we're like, oh, it must be that stuff, and then Keith's like, no, it's stuff from like 4 days ago, and we're like, shit. Right? Yeah. We're literally like, oh, that must be it. He showed it. And he's like,
oh man,
no, it's from him brushing his teeth 3 days ago. Like, shit.
Yeah, I just want that. He was just such a stability. Like you just knew he was good.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
So
right at his best, he'd be better than Brody. At his best, he might be better than Riley. But now, how about this? Rank defenseman on the team. What you think the ranking of the defenseman will be game 82? No, now in game 82.
Oh, frig.
And they have to be in the goddamn lineup. I'm looking at you, Jake.
Yeah, what is it? Jordy, Ben, and
Liljegren
are
top 6. Fuck.
Okay. Well, I want to say Morgan Riley.
Riley, Brody, Muzzin, Sandy, Liljegren, and Gio. So rank those 1 to 6 now and game 82.
Oh God. Well, I want to say Riley's our best.
Yeah.
Then Brody. Then
this second.
Oh God. Third is healthy Muzzin.
He's healthy right now, so you're allowed to say, oh, fuck, whatever the new meaning of healthy means when in regards to Jake
Muzzin.
Like healthy after we do a 3-day drinking binge. Right? Like, oh, I feel great.
I don't know why. I just want to switch Hall and Sandine, but
Yeah, I hate Justin Hall with a burning passion. Not because like he's bad, because I don't like talking about him. Right? You know, it's like you know, in Harry Potter, they didn't want to talk about Voldemort. He was still around, right? So I just do the same thing.
I'll chuck him on the bottom as 6th place.
Okay. 7th. These are 17. So
like
you got
Geo now, I guess.
Riley, Brody. Did you say Muzzin?
Yeah.
Muzzin, Geo,
Yeah. Sandine, Hall.
Lilligren.
Ooh. Lilligren is the 7th.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the one I actually care about is what do you think they're going to be in order? Game 82.
Riley, Brody, Sandine, Geo, Lily,
Hall.
oh, oh god, Muzzin with one leg.
He's not playing game 82. There is no way Jake Muzzin's playing game 82.
He's playing it, dude. I think we said this last year.
On the ice.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah,
we're just
he's
showcasing him.
Just 9 cortisone shots in his back. You're good, buddy. Slap on the butt. You're good. Yeah. So, how do you feel about our defense? Let's go 1%. How do you feel?
Like we have Lily and Jordy Ben as like they're out right now, but
yeah,
as depth, like okay,
yeah,
I'm not used to this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I think we've just set our defense's crap so long, and we keep bringing up people like Justin Holl that we forget that our defense is actually fine. It's a 7 out of 10, right? Which is totally fine, right? Like, so
you could bring that back to Mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. 7 is 6. Fuck, 7 on the road is like a 10 at home, anyways. So
fine.
Goalies.
Yep. Murray, Samsonov. Does Murray get the start tomorrow?
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah.
Right. It's his to lose, but it's also not that going to be that hard to lose. You know what I mean? Short leash.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your starter game 50, do you think? Which one?
I want to say Murray just runs away with it.
I think Samsonov.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think Samsonov has more games than Murray at the end? Or he's just going to be the starter?
No. I think game 50 or 60 is when we're going to start noticing. I just don't think they're going to overwork either of them. I think that's a really good game plan. Both of them. I don't think Samsonov has that bad an injury history. I don't know for sure. Obviously, we know Murray does.
Yes.
But I don't think they're going to try and work either of them. This team should I know this team's going to try and win the division just because they want out of the first round, right? So they're going to do anything in their power to try and give them the best matchup in that first round. We know, you can say, well, you have to face everyone anyways. Mm-hmm. But I think what the Leafs need is momentum, right?
Yes.
I think, does anyone agree that if they won the first round, they probably could have just made the Cup Finals? All right, just because
just like the year before.
I don't want to talk about this. Okay, but yeah, so I think it'll be very close in games between the two of them. I hope we don't need to see a third string goalie more than a game or two this year. That would be really nice because those are conceded games in my own eyes. Mm-hmm. Even though I know Shalgren, I think, did have a pretty good record last year, but pretty good team.
So we ran through the team. Is it better or worse?
So funny. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Better or worse than last year, game 1?
Yeah.
It has to be. It's better? A more complete team. Right? And dude, one of the goalies are going to have a 905 save percentage. 910. Right?
Yeah.
We had I think we had 896 or 898 team goaltending last year.
Sub 900.
Right? So if both of them, there's no way they're not a 905.
Yeah.
Right? If they're both 910s, we're winning the division with these. Right? And especially if both of them can stay healthy, right? If they play 22 games each.
That's the biggest thing.
we have Michael Hutchison playing. Like, so help me God, I'm putting this podcast around my computer out the window, changing my name, moving away, and going to Europe, and then pulling out all my money, just putting it on red in the European casino, and then seeing what happens with my life. So that's what I'll do. So
Okay.
I don't mean to,
Yeah, I also have to agree. I think it's better.
Yeah.
It just feels even deeper somehow.
And I say that every year, and that's why I like
Yeah.
catch myself. But like, let's be honest with ourselves, because I don't think we were. Joe Thornton, not depth.
Oh.
Jimmy Vesey, not depth. Barabanov, not depth. Soshnikov, not depth. Martin Marincin, not depth. Right? Can everyone repeat after me?
Abe
Jimmy-
Kubel.
See, that's depth, right? Like, right? Like that's actually depth, and maybe it's just because we didn't know what it meant, right? Because we had, what was it? I'm pretty sure we had like Milan Mihalik on our first line no more than 5 years ago. So
Oh my God.
6-7 years ago. So I think that might be it. But no, it's better, 100%. And
All
fuck
right.
anyone who says the goalies suck. Our goalies
I've seen those comments
sucked
thrown around.
last year.
Yeah.
Okay, does 905 goaltending win you the cup? Probably not, right? But is every cup winner just rides a hot goalie anyways, right? Any goalie can be a hot goalie.
I found out that you can bet on what team you think's going to come last place in the league.
Yeah.
And I saw Peter Mrazek as the starter for Chicago. And I want to bet they're going to come last.
Because it's not going to be the Coyotes, because they're so bad that they're going to find some unique chemistry, right? They're going to take the spirits of that ASU hockey team, and they're gonna pull it out, right?
Oh my gosh.
Fucking
Yeah.
9 guys in one shower. That's how you create team bonding, right? Staying at Motel 6s, that's how you create team bonding. Plus, if they play better, they'll leave. They'll get traded.
Yeah. For cheap.
So I'm gonna see.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
All right. Over under Austin Matthews 60 goals.
If he plays 80 games, he's scoring 60, right?
He feels just like every game.
I don't mean to
just
be the
expect him
annoying
to
one.
score.
I just want to put some context to this. If Austin Matthews plays 75 plus games, he will 100% score 60 or more goals. If he does not, he will not. Now, because of the Leafs jersey I'm wearing, which is Matt Stajan, the
Love
God, I know for a fact Matthews is scoring 63 goals on the dot. So there you go.
Look it.
Book it. How about you? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think he goes over 60, but I just feel like he's gonna score at any time.
I heard Dangle say something like, it's only happened twice in the last 10, 15 years or whatever. So that's his reasoning. And I'm like, yeah,
could be under.
But if Ovi played 82 games, I don't know Ovi's games played, but if he played 82 or 80, I imagine he scored at the 0.75 goal pace most of the time. And he's, Matthews is playing Mitch Marner, who's objectively better than Nicholas Backstrom. And he's playing with Michael Bunting. And he's a better scorer than Ovi, right? He is. On a better team, probably. Like regular season team, right? Because that's all we're talking about. I think has Matthews gotten better every single year we've watched him? Not end to beginning, but even beginning to end. Every single time.
I have to say, yeah.
So until we see that not happen, then let's stop thinking it's going to not happen.
Great point.
Right? These generational guys' peaks are different.
I'll say
I'll say the same. Did we get a promo for NHL 23?
Yeah.
Is that what just happened there? Are we getting paid? We're not getting paid.
No, please help.
Just came from a 13-hour job to go do this. No, and I'll say the same thing with Connor McDavid too. I think he's going to be better every year until he's not. Right?
He's a Leaf in 2025, or?
Oh yeah, of course. I thought. Do you want to see the jersey that I have in there? I can promise you there isn't tar sands on the jersey. It's a beautiful blue leaf. Yeah. So yes, he's scoring 60.
Okay. All right. I guess to wrap it up, tomorrow we face Montreal. what's the prediction for tomorrow?
Okay, so I have my brother's prediction, Matt, who will be on this podcast a few times. I'm going to help him set up, and he's going to come on, I think, tomorrow after the game if we have time.
Yes.
Game.
Okay.
But he said 5-3 Leafs.
5-3 Leafs.
Yeah. I'm saying 4-1 Leafs.
4-1.
Yeah, what do you got for me, Schmitty?
I'm going 3-2 Leafs.
Okay. Is that overtime?
Yeah. Oh.
You being a little slut right now?
I'm going OT.
You're going OT.
Game
Look at this
one.
guy. Game
It's
1.
2-2.
Edge of your seat.
Oh,
I can
my
promise you
God.
this thing goes to overtime or shootout. I'm not doing a close game. I'm going with that.
Don't worry,
and I'm gonna
Willie's
make
getting
up
the
something.
OT winner.
Isaac said 3-2 Montreal.
Yeah, that's what the host
Yeah,
said. He's
that's-
going to
that's-
Montreal.
Yeah, he said Montreal.
He definitely said
he,
that.
He texted me. He's like, it's Montreal. 3-2. So yeah. Biggest takeaway from the game. Oh, biggest star of the game.
I'm going my boy.
I was gonna go Willie too. Willie, the first
Oh.
20 games of the season last year, was the best player on the team. So I'm gonna go with that again too.
Yeah, he's just
Okay.
he's a god.
Oh yeah, we worship this man in this house. I have his little bobblehead over there. You know what number he's wearing? And I totally forgot. He's wearing number 29. He's playing for, and it's a Marley's bobblehead. That's a
No
throwback.
way.
Yeah, I forgot he
have-
had number 29.
Oh God, where is he? I have a Kapanen Marley's bobblehead.
Wow, that's cool. You, my friend. You.
He's going to make an appearance next pod.
Oh, should we just get all of them? Should we get puppets?
God. All right,
Okay,
we're losing
bye,
followers
everyone.
now.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Peace, love, and
See you
hockey.
tomorrow
Cheers.
night.